Hey everybody, and welcome back. I am Eric for President, and you know the drill, your one-stop shop for 5 VR stories you missed over the past couple of days. Of course, we'll talk everything Oculus Quest game related with the past couple of days. We'll also be touching the arm versus hand debate in VR. Very interested to hear your thoughts on that one. Talking VR journalism, paid reviews, and the impact they have on them. Also playing VR with your mind, that's interesting, and more. Of course, we need to go over a few housekeeping items. Thank you for everyone who joined the giveaway that will be announced in this video at a random time. I'm not gonna apologize for that because I do want you to watch the video, but over 2,500 comments that myself and 6 others had to go through, slaved over to get everyone in. Thank you for that. We will be doing another giveaway in December, so make sure to stay tuned on this channel and subscribe for that one. Second item, we did close on the house recently and I will be moving, so the flow of these videos may be changing over the time that we're moving and setting up a new studio. However, the show must go on and we will not miss any videos. And lastly, I don't talk about this much, but if you do have a few shekels to share, join the spaceship on Patreon. Your support goes a long way. Everything in that Patreon basically is reinvested back into the channel, including giving away keys, more headsets, things like that in the future. So your support means a lot. With that being said, enjoy the video. Good luck to everyone in the giveaway, and let's get into the VR news. Cheers. We started today, of course, talking Arizone Sunshine, one of the games that we've been waiting a long time and is now officially dated for the Oculus Quest. So let's go over everything you need to know about Arizone Sunshine on the Oculus Quest. Originally released in 2016 on Steam VR, Oculus, and PSVR, Arizone Sunshine offered users one of the first full-fledged gaming experiences designed from the ground up for the VR format. In the midst of a zombie apocalypse, handle weapons with real-life movements, freely explore a post-apocalyptic world, and put your survival skills to the test in VR, now wire-free on the Oculus Quest. Now that this is finally released, we can stop talking about when it will come, and the last thing we're looking forward to is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, but there are a few things you need to know about this game. It will not be cross-buy, so for those who've already purchased it on Oculus or Steam VR software, you will need to purchase it again for the Oculus Quest. In addition, it will not be cross-play as well, so Oculus Quest users will not be able to play tandem with Steam VR and other Oculus PC software related users. Also, the DLC for this game will not be included at launch. It will just be the standard Arizone Sunshine game with the 2 DLCs coming at a later date free of charge. Arizone Sunshine for the Oculus Quest will launch December 5th for $35.99, and hearing that it will not be cross-buy or cross-play, I'm very interested to hear. For those who already have it, will you be getting it again? And for new users, are you interested in this? Let me know down in the comments. So Boneworks is back in the news, not to be overshadowed by Half-Life Alyx, and it spurred a little bit of debate, so let's get into that, and I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this. Boneworks is an experimental physics VR adventure. Use found physics weapons, tools, and objects to fight across dangerous playscapes and mysterious architecture. A complete story mode, sandbox mode, and arena mode will all be present, and this game is ready to eat some computers up. In this new trailer, of course, we know Boneworks will be releasing December 10th, and now we know it will be releasing for $30 for the standard game and $40 for the deluxe version, including the soundtrack. But more importantly, this did raise a debate because comparing it to Half-Life Alyx, which so many people are doing, we do have the hands versus arms debate. You may have noticed in the Boneworks trailer, you do have full armed avatars, where in Half-Life Alyx, you have the notorious floating hands. Now, this debate was instigated more by PC Gamer, who played both sides of the fence. I guess that's something that journalists do these days. On one hand, you have those who love having arms in game, adding to the immersion level for them. There are others, similar to myself, who floating hands, it's just not a big deal. I play Pavlov quite a bit, and I find with full arms, a lot of times the elbow snap mechanics of them kind of throw me out, but I pass it off to you and I'm very interested to hear. Does it matter to you? Do games that have full arm movements, are they more important to your immersion, or are floating hands something you're willing to tolerate? Let's end this debate down in the comments, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Speaking of PC Gamer in the last story, let's talk games journalism with UploadVR and Espire 1, something I noticed and brought up in the Discord earlier, and I saw kind of caught on Reddit and other places, and a little bit of debate that I want to hear your thoughts on. Espire 1 VR Operative came out Friday, November 22nd, and putting aside the PSVR release, which was in light terms abysmal, the other versions released to mixed reviews, and after all, with some great reviews by Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis and top reviewer Ben Plays VR, overall I felt Espire 1 is a solid enough game. However, due to 2 delays, and as I explained last video, I'm going to be much more critical than normal. The AI is truly awful, grabbing items can be frustrating, controller bugs are present, and other issues lead a game with so much potential to one I just don't feel like grudging through sometimes. I personally, on UploadVR's rating scale, give it a 3 out of 5. UploadVR a little while ago did a segment on Espire 1 that was a paid promotion, and they did market as such, no real problem there. However, you will notice all over the website, paid advertisements for Espire 1 banners are everywhere, including on the Espire 1 review, which had no mention if that review was paid for or not. And while the review I thought was fair, UploadVR is an exceptional source of information. They are quick, reliable. I think they do a tremendous amount of good for the VR community, and in no way am I dishonoring UploadVR's history, but I do find their review had positives and negatives that were not exactly one-to-one ratios what the general public seems to think. In fact, a lot of the negatives weren't even in that list that I think should have been talked about, and it seemed like maybe some paid sponsorships on the site-wide did have some impacts on the review, and there was no mention of that in the review. Now, paid reviews are nothing new. I don't want to act innocent in that. There are plenty of YouTubers who get keys that can have a say on the review. They also get paid for reviews, although they should be announcing that. I just find it weird how there was no announcement with all the paid advertisements on Espire 1 throughout the site that it wasn't mentioned that it could have had an impact on the review, but I pass that off to you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. All right, before getting into the topic I know everyone wants to hear, I'm gonna get to it. Let's talk about Next Mind. Something is flying under the radar, is huge news, and you're gonna want it because playing VR with your mind is going to be awesome. Next Mind, a spin-off from a leading cognitive neuroscience lab, brings years of academic research and innovation into a simple and easy to use product. Their goal is to find new ways to use everyday devices using only our thoughts. Think Neuralink, but with nothing invasive at all, just software. It's basically an EEG-like device that uses machine learning to interpret visual cortex thoughts in order to perform basic predefined commands, and yes, I know that's a mouthful. This small device can clip onto, say, the back of a hat or a VR headset like the Vive Pro or possibly the Oculus Quest in the future. See here an example of someone playing a simple first-person shooter, shooting and teleporting around using only their thoughts. We see articles, videos, things like that all the time for haptic vests, new haptic type gloves, different accessories to move VR forward for a more immersive experience. However, it is my point of view that the more peripherals that we have, the more accessories, the less immersive things get, because ultimately for VR to catch on mainstream, I do not think adding more hardware is the way to go, similar to the way John Carmack thinks as well. Similar to the way Oculus is going to be bringing hand tracking, although that's going to be mostly for entertainment purposes at first. The less the consumer needs physically, I think the future of VR is to make it as small and less cumbersome as possible. So Next Mind, I'm very much looking forward to. I have applied for every type of dev kit, beta that I possibly can. Hope to try it out. I think it is a huge accomplishment that is flying under the radar for such a small device that provides so much value, but let me know what you think of this down in the comments. Lastly, Nimsony, a god among developers, basically a solo indie developer who shows us some amazing physics-based games that he's working on, has accepted the position with Ubisoft, working on a team around 50, which is a large team. So anything Ubisoft is basically making for VR, with him on the team, it is in great hands. Congrats to Nimsony for the awesome gig. And I'm very much looking forward to what you're going to be putting out there. But at this time, they announced the giveaway. Again, over 2,500 people did apply for this giveaway. We combed through them all to make sure everyone was in there. So thank you to everyone who helped me out with that, who's watching this video. I had a few of you subs going through that with me as well. Now in the future, we will be doing more headset giveaways. There will be basically one guaranteed in December, as long as the tweet gets to 1,000 retweets or I get the holiday spirit, which is likely to happen. We'll do another giveaway in December for another headset because this channel is about giving VR to as many people as I can. The winner of the Oculus Quest headset is Joe Garnhart. Thank you very much to everyone who entered. I wish I could give it to everyone, but Joe, congrats. Please reach out to me either on Twitter, email, which is on the channel page, or the Discord. I will ask you a few questions to make sure it's you, and then we'll go from there. And if I can't verify, Joe, if you don't see this, it's going to the next person on the list, and we'll talk about that in the next video. With that being said, thank you guys for all the support. Please leave a like on this video to support it, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to never miss an upload. Join the spaceship on Patreon so we can provide you more and more gifts back, because ultimately everything invested in this channel is going right back to you guys. And as always, I am Eric for President. I'll see you on the next one, VR Space Cowboys. Cheers.